Hi everyone and welcome back to Crochet Rocks. My name's Tracy and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this really kind of super chunky blanket with mile a minute, and it's going to be a crochet along, so this will be part one. It's going to take a while. I haven't got a finished one to show you, but this is what the strips are going to look like with the yarn that I've chosen, and I'll just show you the yarn that I'm using. It's in a polythene bag at the moment. Let's just take it out. But obviously I'm from the UK and I bought this in a shop called Pound Stretcher, and it is, where is the label? It tells me it's chunky, but to be honest with you, it's more of a super chunky. It's not just a chunky. It really does come up really bulky, so I would say it's more of a super bulky. And I'm also going to be using this one from the same range, from the same store. Again, it's a lot thicker than a normal chunky, I would say, once you're working with it. And so this is going to be the colour of my edging, and these are the colours of my strips. I really like the way they go together and I love all of these colours. This is by far my favourite. I don't think I have enough at the moment, so I may have to go out and get some more. But I'm going to show you how I'm doing this and how we attach them. So the first off, I'm going to show you how to do one of these strips. Now the ends will be in these points because I'm going to put this over the sofa, so I want it to look nice while it's on my settee. And then when we're cold, we can just like pull it off and put it over us. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using what is that? Where am I? I'm going to pause this video a second while I get some. Sorry, that was an 8mm crochet hook. I thought it was a 7, but it's an 8. And you can use a tape measure if you want to measure how long you want your strips to be, because you don't have to do them identical to mine. Also, you'll need a pair of scissors and a darning needle, which looks pretty standard, so I won't show you one of those. And to start, we're going to use this colour, and I'm just going to get something to put my yarn in so it's not on the floor. That's it, I've got it. So what we're going to do is going to make these strips. So the two ends are slightly different to the rest of it, and I will show you how to do that. And the reason being, I want it to come out just a little bit wider than these shells. And as I say, I'm going to make it into little points. But we go all the way along like a ladder, if you like, where these are the rungs and these are the edges, all the way along, and we finish in the same way as we started. So there's that shell there. So excluding these two ends, just the inside shells, we have 40. So obviously with those two ends it's 42. Now it depends on how long you want to make yours, and how many strips you want to make. So that can be completely up to you as you're going along. You can then decide. But mine, I'm going to try and get enough yarn to do the width of the sofa. If not, it will just be a lapghan. Because the store that I buy these from, they don't always have lots of quantity in. So I'm going to try my best to get some more. But even if it's a small lapghan, that's fine. I'll just make some more different blankets and throws as well anyway. So there'll be plenty of throws on the settee. So here we go then. So we find the end of my yarn. Came out in a big bundle for some strange reason. Hope it's not a knot. Okay. Oh, there we are. So how we begin, we make a slip knot, and you can do that however you wish to make yours. I usually do mine on the hook. And now we're going to do a total of 7 chain. So that's yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And we're going to do that for 7 chain. So just going to count them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going to go into the 4th chain, so that's the 4th from this end and the 4th from this end, so the middle one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're going in here, so we're going to yarn over and go into that, going through both loops into there and pull up a loop. So we've got 3 on our hook, and we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. So that is a treble crochet in the UK and a double crochet in the US. So I'm going to do 2 more in the same space. See what I mean about this yarn? It's very, very bulky, more than chunky, I would say. Now we're going to do 1 chain, and we're going to do another 3, all in the same space. Don't worry if it looks a little crowded, it's fine, it's how it's meant to look. So we're just going to do the same stitch, the treble crochet in the UK or a double in the US. And once we've got our 3, we're going to slip stitch into the first chain here. And we'll join our work. So now we have this V, and we've got quite a large hole here, but it doesn't matter, that's perfectly fine. So now we're going to chain 2, and this is making the runs, like the sides of the ladder, the handles if you like, and this is the cross bit. So we're just making these posts along the edges at the moment, so that's what those 2 chain are for. And then we're going to do 3 more of those treble crochet UK terms or double US terms. So we're just going to do 3 for now. I need to pull out some yarn. So I've done my 3. I'm going to do 1 chain and 3 more into the same space. So we're working back on ourselves from the previous row, and where we had this row we've got 3 treble crochet and the chains, so that makes 4. So now we've got this post this side with our 2 chain, so we need to even that up, and we're going to do a treble crochet in the very top of our chains there, this one here, so the top of what would be our the chains that count as our double crochet or treble crochet. So we're going to go straight into the top of that one, and we're going to do another treble crochet. So there we are, and that's how we're going to carry on. So I'm going to turn my work and do 2 chain, making the sides again. Here's the first one, there's the second one. So now I'm going to do my 3 treble crochet UK terms or double US, 3 there, and chain 1 and 3 more in the same hole. And now these are our 3 stitches at the bottom, and this one here is our first, and we're going to do a treble crochet or double US into that stitch to make our sides. So you can see we're forming at the sides these the rails of our ladder, and these are our crossways. Really shouldn't have started with the ladder, should I? Never mind, we progress, and I learn not to mention ladders in the future. So I'm pulling out some more yarn, and we're going to carry on like this. And this one here, the bottom V if you like, doesn't count, it's just these, and I'm doing 40. So what I've been doing is when I've done 10, I'll put in a stitch marker, and as I've lost my stitch markers for some reason, I would just use an offcut of yarn, just tie it loosely on, and then I can count in tens and I don't have to keep counting the whole lot all over again, and I'll know when I get to 40. So I will do my 2 chain and then complete my shell just as before. One chain in between, 3 more, you can use whichever yarn you wish, that's the equivalent, or even if it's slightly thinner, just drop down your hook size. So here we are again, and I'm going to go into this stitch here into the top to do my side. And if I pull my hook out, then I'll show you. I know it's variegated yarn, and it's so it's quite difficult to kind of see everything. But here we have our sides running the length, and we're going to carry on until we've got 20 of these little shells in between. And then once you have, I will catch up with you again. I'll pause the video and I'll catch up with you and show you how to do the point on the other side. Okay, so I've made my 40 shells. So now I'm going to complete the opposite end. So I'm going to do 2 chain, and in this hole I'm going to do 4 treble crochets or double crochet instead of the 3. So it's going to mirror the other side, because remember the other side had the 2 chain, and I'm going to do my chain in this in between and do another 4 for this side. Doesn't matter if it's a little crowded in there, that's how it's meant to be. Four, and then I'm going to complete my side with my treble crochet, which is obviously UK terms. And now I've done my end, I've got my V, so I'm just going to end off. So I'm going to do 1 chain, cinch it down and pull my yarn through, and I was right at the end of my ball there. So there we are. I had made 2, so I didn't really use a whole ball on it. So there we are. That is one of our strips. Now I'm going to end part 1 here, because we need to make however many strips you're going to do for your blanket. It depends how wide you want it. So remember, in between each segment, each one of these, you're going to have about the same width again, because you will have the edging. So in part 2, I'll show you how to do this edging around, how to when we get to the ends and how we do that, and then I will show you how we join as we go. So this is going to be the end of part 1 of this tutorial. So I'm going to leave you to make however many strips you want for your blanket, and then I'll join you again in part 2. So if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and you'll be informed when the next one's out. And I also have quite a lot of other tutorials to check out. We do lots of live streams and giveaways too, so always something to look for. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye for now.